Hi guys, I'm your English teacher Kay with ISpeakSpokeSpoken.com, and today I'm going to show you 10 food idioms that you should know in English. This course is for English learners who want to practice English idioms that are commonly used in everyday conversations. So let's take a look. Piece of cake. This idiom is used to describe something that's really easy to do. For example, the exam was a piece of cake. Now let's take a look at pronunciation to make sure that you've really got this down. Piece of cake, cake. Good. And the next one, in a nutshell. So in a nutshell is an expression that we use when we are summarizing something, when we're trying to fit all the details of a story into a tiny space like a nutshell. For example, in a nutshell, the movie is about love, betrayal, and revenge. We're not going to explain all of the details of the movie. We're just going to give a few points that we could fit inside of a little nutshell. And let's take a look at pronunciation. Nutshell, make sure to stress the first syllable. Nutshell, nutshell. Good. And number 3, spill the beans. So spill the beans means that you share a secret that you shouldn't have shared. And this comes from the idea of spilling beans. They're really hard to contain once they're spilled, just like secrets. Once you share a secret, you can't easily take it back. An example sentence is, I won't spill the beans about the surprise party. It's a secret. And let's check our pronunciation. It's not spiel, it's spill. Spill. And beans, beans. Good. And number 4, bite off more than you can chew. This refers to taking on a bigger project or more responsibilities than you're able to handle. And this expression comes from the image of taking a giant bite of something that's impossible for you to chew. So in this sense, we can use it in a sentence of, he bit off more than he could chew by enrolling in too many classes. So maybe an ambitious student wants to take a lot of classes, but at the end of the day, there's only so many hours that you can spend studying. So in this case, he bit off more than he could chew. And don't forget, you can click here to download all of these slides and take a quiz at the end to practice everything that we've learned today. And number 5, bring home the bacon. So this expression comes from the idea that bacon was a valuable and essential food item, and it refers to earning money, usually for a family or a household. For example, he works hard every day to bring home the bacon. That means that someone is working really hard to earn money for their family. Let's take a look at pronunciation. Bring, bring. Home, home. And bacon, bacon. Good. And number 6, the big cheese. This is an idiom that refers to a really important person either in a company or an organization or an association. And it comes from the idea that sometimes cheese plays a really special role on the table or in a meal. And so, for example, we can say, she's the big cheese of the company, making all the major decisions. And sometimes this expression can be used in a bit of a mocking way when we're referring to someone in a position of power within a company or an association, but generally it means someone who is important. And we'll take a look at pronunciation. Big, big. And cheese, cheese. One more time. Cheese. Very good. And number 7, full plate. This means that you've taken on so many responsibilities or so many tasks that you can't fit anything else in your schedule. So if you imagine you have a plate completely covered in food, you can't add any more food to your plate. For example, I can't take on another project right now. I have a full plate. It means my schedule is completely full. And let's take a look at pronunciation. Full, full. Plate, plate. Good. And number 8, out to lunch. This idiom is used when someone seems that they're not aware of what's going on. For example, if someone is out to lunch on their lunch break, they're not aware of what's happening at work. So for example, we can say, he's completely out to lunch if he thinks that plan will work. It means someone is out of touch, they don't know what's going on, they don't know what's happening. And let's work on our pronunciation. out, out. Lunch, lunch. Good. Number 9, egg on your face. This idiom comes from the idea of being embarrassed or looking foolish if you have a smashed egg on your face. And we can use it in a sentence like this. He had egg on his face after his mistake was pointed out in the meeting. That means he was embarrassed and he was looking foolish because during the meeting they pointed out his mistake. And let's take a look at pronunciation. Egg, egg. One more time. Egg. Very good. And face, face. Nice job. And finally, number 10, bread and butter. So this expression is referring to someone's main source of income, and sometimes you'll hear native speakers using it to talk about the core element of a business. So for example, teaching is my bread and butter. It's what I love to do and how I earn my living. And let's take a look at pronunciation. It's not breed, it's bread. Bread. And here we tend to soften the T as native speakers. Butter. Butter. One more time. Butter. Very good. Now let's go back and practice these idioms. So as you can see here, we have capitalized the words, but it's just to show you each idiom. When you're writing these in sentences, of course, you don't need to capitalize each word. So let's review number 1. Piece of cake. One more time. Piece, cake. Piece of cake. Very good. And number 2, in a nutshell. Say it with me. In a nutshell. Very good. And number 3, spill the beans. Spill the beans. Number 4, bite off more than you can chew. Let's do it really slow. Bite off more than you can chew. And a little faster. Bite off more than you can chew. Very good. Number 5. Bring home the bacon. Bring home the bacon. Let's stress the first syllable. Bacon. One more time. Bring home the bacon. And a little faster. Bring home the bacon. Good. Number 6. The big cheese. Say it with me. The big cheese. And number 7. Full plate. Full plate. Good. And number 8. Out to lunch. Let's review. Out. Out. To lunch. Lunch. One more time. Out to lunch. Very good. And number 9, egg on your face. Egg. Egg. Face. Face. One more time. Egg on your face. And of course, number 10, bread and butter. Bread and butter. Stress the first syllable, butter. Now let's put it all together. Bread and butter. Very good. And don't forget to click here on the I to download all of these slides and of course take a quiz. And you can leave me any questions or comments down below. I hope to see you next time. It was great sharing all of these food idioms with you. I'll see you next time. Bye.